Okay, welcome back to another Algebra Essentials. These topics we'll look at today is factors. So here we go. The factor is a number that divides another number, leaving no remainder. These are divisible by whole numbers. An example is list all the factors of 10, and they are 1, 2, 5, and 10. You'll notice that all these numbers will divide exactly into 10. Okay, the second example in factors here is write down the number 20 as a product of two factors in as many ways as possible. Here's the answer. You can see there are 6 alternatives. We have a look here. There's 1 times 20 starting with the lowest number. Then there's 2 times 10, 4 times 5, and the fourth one 5 times 4, 10 times 2, and 20 by 1. So those are the product of two factors many ways for the number 20. Okay, prime factors, the definition here is any number that can be written as a product of prime numbers. For example, if we have a look at 250, we can see that if we halve 250, we get 2 times 125. Then if we have a look at another prime number, we've got 2, 5 goes into 125 times 25. Then if you have a look at 25, that's squared, and we write it the simplest possible way where we do the numbers in terms of index numbers to make it easier in short term. So 2 times 5 to the power of 3. 68, again, we do 2 times 34, which is half, and then 34 is 2 times 2 times 17. Remember, these are all prime numbers, and then to simplify it, we put 2 squared times by 17. A prime number is a number that can be divided exactly by 1 and itself. So the prime numbers, the first couple here, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and 17. Obviously it continues on to a very high number. Okay, prime factors. Example 1. Write the number 276 as a product of prime numbers. Let's have a look. So here's the answer, 276 is the first prime number. Just to break up the working, times by 138. Let's do it again, halve it again. It's a prime number, 2 times 1 times 69. And then 69, prime number, 3 times 23. And we can write that simplified as 2 squared times by 3 times by 23. This is called the product of prime factors. Remember, they're all prime numbers. So example 2, we've got here, write the numbers 660 and 470 as a product of prime numbers. And the second part of the example says, find the largest common factor that will divide both into the number 660 and 470. Here is the answer. Let's have a go. So we've got 660 first, 2 times 330, yep. And then half of that, because the prime number, 2 times 165, good. And then the next one is, well, the next prime number that can go into there is 3. So that's 3 times 55. And then if you have a look at 55, next prime number is 5 and 11 multiplied together give you 55. When we simplify that in terms of numbers, we've got 2 squared times 3 times 5 times 11 is the product of its prime factors. Let's go to the second part. Okay, now we're going to find the factors of 470. So again, 2 times 235, and then the prime numbers for 235, 5 times 47 are the two numbers when multiplied give you 235, and they're prime numbers. Quite a difficult one, that one there for 235, but you can get it eventually. Product of prime factors then in order is 2 times 5 times 47. Okay, example part B, the prime numbers which will divide into both 660 and 470. So the prime numbers that appear in both are 2 and 5. So that was in 660 and 470. The largest number is when you get those numbers and you multiply them out and you get the number 10. So when you get that, that's called the highest common factor. So now we paint, or in short terms, HCF. Now we know what the largest common factor that goes into 660 and 470 is the highest common factor, known as the number 10 in this example. Okay, we like to go through the quick 5, test your understanding. Here are the questions. Remember the same scenario as before. Read the questions, pause, and then have a go at each question. Here's number 1, list the factors of these numbers, 18 and 45. So pause now and have a go. Here's question 2. Write as the product of two factors in as many possible ways. So then the first number is 10 and the second number is 24. Again, pause and write down your answers. Here's question 3. Fill in the missing number. So we've got 45 equals the question mark, which is the missing number, times by 3 times by 5. And then we've got part 2, 88 equals 11 times 2 times question mark. So pause and then write down the number that goes in there to give you those correct answers. Question 4, write each number as a product of prime factors. The first one is 42 and the second one is 270. And the final question, express 56 and 32 as a product of prime factors. By comparing the answers to 5 prime, find the highest common factor of 56 and 32. So here are the answers coming. I hope you spent time pausing and going through that. Here are the answers now. Question 1. So list all the factors of these. So 18 is 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. Well done if you got that correct. 45 is 1, 5, 4, 15, and 45. Write as a product of two factors in many possible ways. So number 10 is 1 times 10, 2 times 5, 5 times 2, and 10 times 1. So there's 4 possible ways. And 24 is 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6, 6 times 4, 8 times 3, 12 times 2, 24 times 1. So those are all the possible ways you can do the product of two factors. Filling the missing number, for free part 1, the answer is 3, question mark, and then for free part 2, the answer is 4. I hope you're doing well so far. Well done if you are. Keep going. Okay, the fourth one, write each number as a product of prime factors. So we've got 2 times 21, and then prime numbers that multiply together to give us 21 are 3 and 7. So that is the product of prime factors for 42. 270 is this answer here, 2 times 3 cubed times 5. I've just shown you a bit of working. Hopefully you understand that. We put them in order of prime numbers. 2 times 3 cubed times by 5. And shorthand notation makes it all a little bit neater. Number 5, the final question. So the answer to 56 is 2 cubed times by 7. And the last one for 32 is 2 to the power of 5. So by comparing the numbers, you find the highest common factor of those is 2 cubed or 8. And I can just see here, there's here. So they're common. The highest common factor, the answer 56 and 32 is 8 or 2 cubed. I hope you did well in those. If you have been, well done. But remember, it's always good to learn from your mistakes. Well done. Ciao.